I've spent most of my career in the startup ecosystem, and I love being a builder of things. But I also think what's shifting, and we recently heard Forrester say this, is that innovation comes from your people. And what they meant by that is there's now innovation happening at every tier in an organization, no matter how small or large. And so it doesn't only have to be the startups that are innovating and thinking about changing the way things are done or challenging status quo. And what I absolutely love about that as an innovator myself and as someone who's building technology to hopefully unblock people who are super talented inside these organizations that now can take technology that exists from the startup ecosystem and bring their real ideas to life and challenge the status quo, and then rally around that and bring others along with them. So anyone can be a champion, whether you're new and young in your career and just starting off, or if you're a C-suite executive that wants to really implement change in your organization. I think that's just, that inspiration does come from community and seeing it over and over. And it feels like that's a lot of at the heart of what you do as well.
Absolutely. And then building on what you just said, what I find this was a need that came up in the last year that our team is also filling, which is, the old school mentor connections that happen inside a company. Like, oh, I have a mentor. But what do you do with that mentor is the question. And so what we're finding is some teams want to use the liftoff framework to build connections with their mentees and executives. And they're actually challenging each other on, well, I see it this way, this might be interesting. And some of the rising team members are like, well, that worked 10 years ago, but this is actually, right? So, and they're pushing back, and what they're doing is they're actually working on innovation together. And it isn't in theory, it is in reality, because ultimately at the end, they're going to sign a deal with one of these companies to try this thing in real time. So to me, it kind of brings mentorship to a whole new level and makes it very accessible and real. And you start really doing business with a colleague who happens to be more senior or junior than you.